Welcome.
Thank you. It's really nice.
I've been very happy since I moved in here. It's like a big house full of studios.
Yeah.
And a lot of famous Icelandic musicians.
What was your first studio?
My first studio, that's a good question. I think I just had for a long time studio in my apartment.
Yeah.
So I moved from there to my father's garage.
Yeah.
I was there for a couple of years, and now I'm here. So I've always kind of just been in my apartment because I, like you see, I don't have and I don't need a lot of stuff. So no. I've kind of been like the how do you call it portable home studio person, kind of person. Yeah. I used to have a studio with Einar, who is with me in work.
Yeah.
And he has lots of gear and lots of stuff, and I kind of needed to, we needed to separate because I was just like, dude, you have too much stuff, and I feel like, it's hard for me to work in a messy environment. Yeah. So I I'm a little bit of, messy person when I'm at home, but here I'm not messy at all. Yeah. But I'm always dreaming about buying stuff. Yeah. But then I always kind of just go back and I think, do you need this? Does it fit here? I'm always thinking about buying a piano, but then I was like, I had a piano in my last studio and I used it, like 5 times or something. Yeah. But obviously I have a dream in my head to buy like a, a studio where we have like these separate rooms, but then it will get complicated though. Well, so it's nice to have
in
like
this fantasy you have so much money, just have a guy.
That's true. That's true. I can just dream of like everything. Higher is released in 2020, late 2020. Yeah. So I start to work with a band probably early 2020. Yeah. So kinda 3 years-ish.
Yeah. I would like to kind of map from the beginning to there. Yeah. You guys pop up on my radar at least around 2012.
Yeah, we're talking about work.
Yes.
Yes.
So like where are you at when work becomes like visible? How long have you been kind of going there and
so actually just the years before I got kind of very into electronic music. Yeah. And I was just listening to electronic music, and I was listening to whatever, but I was like massively influenced by Portishead and Massive Attack and kind of that trip-hop genre and the XX and and I started a course in Tónlistarskóli Kópavogur, like this music school in Kópavogur.
Were you a musician when you started?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't. Of course. I had been in singing competition when I was like in 8th grade, and I, we're going like way back then.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so I started playing guitar when I was like 10 years old. There was a piano in my grandmother's house, which I was always like very into, just trying. I was always trying to play it, but I kind of couldn't. I could like play Góða Mamma and stuff like that, And we had the piano, and also we had like a keyboard, and my auntie was playing cello. So I was kind of drawn to that, and I think I remember I took like a classical guitar class probably when I was 11, and then I actually did like a Christmas album with my friends, and then later on when I'm like 13 years old, I formed a band called the Wipeout, which is a duo which was a duo band with Ólafur Alexander, which is son of Óli Palli. And we compete in músíktilraunir.
Yeah.
Did not win or anything, but we made an album and we recorded it in Gamesteinn, where Rúnar Júlíusson was and Kitty Hjálmur.
Yeah.
So that was really fun, and I still haven't shown many people that album. It's not great, but it's actually quite good for like a 13-year-old. So yeah. It would be interesting if it would ever go online.
If it would leak.
If it would leak, yes. So it kind of then I just become a teenager, and I stop thinking about music.
Yeah. And
I just start partying and having fun and not thinking about any career or anything, just, school and stuff like that. Then I, like I said, gravitate towards electronic music.
Yeah.
I have my friend Andri Már, who he was living in the US, so he was or like his parents were living in the US, and he was just jumping to the US and to Iceland, and he was always just bringing these cool bands, CDs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he showed me the XX and Metric and Portishead and a lot of these indie bands at the time. We were listening to a lot of music together, and we started to we downloaded or we bought Ableton Live. I think I had it on like CD. It was Ableton Lite, so it was very limited. We started playing around, and I signed up for the school in Kópavogur, tónlistarskóli Kópavogur, and my final project in the music school was to create a song. And the song was Before, which is the most famous song by Vök until now. And then we just decided to participate in músíktilraunir because we had this great song, which we actually weren't going to use in músíktilraunir. I don't know why. We competed with Before, and we wrote 2 Icelandic songs. So we ended up winning the competition, and I mean, we didn't know how to play live, and so this just massive learning curve was we just needed to learn how to play live and write more music, and we ended up getting a record deal with Records, Icelandic record company.
Yeah, the famous record deal.
Record deal. Yeah. And we got like these. It was just a massive hype around us because we won músíktilraunir and got a record deal and all, just the ball started rolling on from there. And I remember just looking at our SoundCloud one day, and there were like 10,000, 5 to 10,000 people listening to our song Before.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what is happening? Yeah. So we create an EP, which is it's a nice EP, and it's quite successful and has our most famous song until now.
Yeah.
And then we create our second EP, which is called Circles, and there I get to know Biggi Veira.
Yes. How did that come about?
I think our manager or someone around us just called Biggi Veira and asked him if he wanted to work with us, if he wanted to mix our EP. And luckily he was available and was very into the stuff we were making.
Yeah.
And he just created this beautiful sounding EP, which is still kinda, you know, one of my favorite pieces.
What year was this?
2015.
So were you kind of in contact with Biggie after that?
No, not at all. Years pass and we don't, you know, see each other or talk at all. I sent him once after they released Featherlight. I sent him a text and I told him, "Wow, that's an amazing song."
Yeah.
But yeah, then Vök releases an album called In the Dark, and he was very, very into that album because it's kind of, you know, 80s inspired and kind of pop sounding. Yeah. So he comes to our release show in Iðnó.
Yeah.
And he talks to me after the show, and he was so thrilled about the show and the album and how nice he's always thinking about the live sound, you know. But anyways, we were talking and I said to him when we were saying goodbye to each other that like he needs to just contact me anytime if you want me to sing on a GusGus track. And so I think a week later he sends me the Hired demo. So and I was just like, wow, okay. That really worked. So he sends me the Hired demo, and it was very like raw. I wasn't like super excited about the track, you know. But I started playing around with it, and I put a little bit of, you know, this noise sound to make it a bit more like oomph, something, you know, exciting. And I created the vocal, which there's a lot of original vocal which I had on the demo. I sent to them. And yeah, so I sent them the demo of Higher, and I got a phone call, I think the same night. And they were playing somewhere abroad, and I just remember they were just like, "Oh my God, this is crazy! This is a hit! This is a hit!" So I was just like, "Oh, okay, you like it." I didn't think anything, you know, about it. I didn't think it was like even a single or anything. So I was like really, really happy that they were into it. And so we, you know, started and finished that song, and they kind of just like, you know, lured me into more songs, kind of. It was just like, yeah, do you want to come by to the studio and sing on this track, Simple Tuesday? Do you want to be backing vocals and, you know, this and this? And so all of a sudden I'm just like, okay, I'm kind of singing very many songs on this album. Yeah. And okay, it's gonna be interesting what the next step is. Yeah. So then they asked me if I wanted to tour with them, and so there wasn't like a moment where it was like, you are in GusGus, welcome to the band, you know. Like any good Icelandic relationship. Yes. You discover that you're there already. Yeah. Absolutely. I was kinda with Mobile Home. I was always kinda trying to, you know, understand the concept, you know. But I'm kinda, I understand the concept more with Danceorama. Yeah. Because I've been in, you know, the whole process, you know. Yeah. So, like, I mean, you come in kind of to sing, but like from the first moment you're adding additional production as well. Yeah, I kind of just, you know, put some extra if I, you know, because Biggie, he usually starts quite raw. Yeah. So when I'm working, I hate, you know, I'd always try to get out of the rawness of the songs. Yeah. So, yeah, so my instinct is to like add on, you know, things. Layer and polish. Yeah.
Are there any standout tracks for you on Danceorama?
On Danceorama?
Yeah.
I must say I'm a very big fan of Breaking Down.
Yeah.
And
that's an amazing track.
It's an amazing track. It's a really nice track.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it has just like this really, really cool soundscape. A soundscape that is more of my alley, I guess. More, it has like very sophisticated sounding synths and a lot of effect, you know.
Did you participate in it?
No. I didn't do a lot of production on Danceorama. I've done more in the album that is after Danceorama.
Yeah. So you're still kind of gearing up.
Yes.
And kind of learning to deal with Biggie.
Yeah. Biggie is like on his own journey. So we kind of with Danceorama he was in a very very creative, and he was on high speed creating Danceorama.
Yeah. Is Biggie scary?
Very scary.
How are you kind of adapting to that? Like, and let's say, because like, you know, for Icelandic music nerds, you know, the legend of Biggie Reyna is well known, but maybe we have to kind of describe it a bit.
Yeah. He's the grandmother of electronic scene in Iceland. I mean, obviously, he can be scary and loud and overwhelming.
Yes.
But he has like also a very warm side.
Yes.
And a very brilliant musician and very just he has a mind like nobody else, I would say.
Yeah.
And it's an absolute privilege to work with him.
Yeah.
But some days I'm happier about it, and some days I'm a little bit like, shit, what have I got myself into? His mind is 24, but his body is like 50 something. Yes. It's very inspiring to work with a person that has like this determination and has like this creative mind, and it's far from stopping, you know, anytime soon.
Does GusGus affect how you approach your work?
Absolutely. I'm feeling more, you know, I guess, in the GusGus sound with, so I think, you know, the next work releases will be more, you know, dancey and I guess more euphoric electronic music, because I'm just feeling that way right now, and I'm very into it. I actually had this synthesizer for a gift from Biggie. It's like half modular. I think his fantasy is that I also do modular. And mine too, because it's super fascinating. I haven't put it in my workflow, you know. One day. Obviously I think I find When We Sing, you know, the best song on the album, because like it's my song. But you know, it's been a bit I have a bit of a weird relationship with that song now, because we are starting to play it live, and it's so slow, you know. It's very, you know, very slow compared to the other songs. So I have to kind of whine to Biggie and tell him to, you know, speed it up. We want to take it to the party. We want it, you know, to stay in the party, you know, because it's you know, it's a nice party song, but it's very slow. I played also. I also sing on Unfinished Symphony. But I really love the Danceorama concept, like the just, you know, the happiness and just like, because, you know, the world is kinda, you know, going to shit.
Yeah.
But we're staying in the Danceorama, where everything is just, you know, glimmer and butterfly, and staying in the rave mall, as we call it.
Yeah, yeah. Taking off into the next album.
Yeah, absolutely.
What will that be like?
I think it will be more defined sounding.
Yeah.
I think Danceorama is kind of very like a raw.
Yeah.
It's, you know, I wouldn't say it's like a sexy album. The sound on Arabian Horse is very like sophisticated, and it's very kind of like sexy and mystique. And I think we will incorporate that sound more on the next album. But this is just like, yeah, like you said, brimming with ideas, and this one, and you know.
Yeah, this one is for the fans.
This one is 100% for the fans.